Good morning and welcome back to the West Ham Daily. This is the West Ham Network. I am Anton and I'm bringing to you the West Ham Daily for today. And it's the morning time. Yes, it is. And it's another pre record coming from us because we are a very busy people right now, but we will be bringing you the live content. The aim is to bring you the live daily tomorrow. And of course, you'll have the preview tomorrow evening as we get ourselves ready for the biggest week in the club's history. What an opportunity we have, a fantastic opportunity we do have to get through to the final of the Europa League. And every single time I say it, I still can't believe I am saying it. It's absolutely ridiculous, but we are there and we've done ourselves justice in the Europa League. And it's now time to go and turn over the 2-1 deficit in the first half, you could say, the first leg from home against Frankfurt, as many fans, 2,500, I believe, tickets sold out. West Ham fans travelled to the Frankfurt inside the stadium, and there's going to be many thousands more fans travelling over to Germany. And if you are one of those lucky fans, please make sure you are safe. And yeah, you just do the West Ham fans proud. And hopefully we can get to Seville. And hopefully you've all checked your passports, because if we do get to Seville, there are rules and regulations with regards to your passport, as I found out today the hard way. And as it stands, I am not allowed to travel because I'm out of date by like 3 or 4 weeks. So if you are thinking about doing it, please get your eyes on your passport right now to make sure that if we do get there, that you can actually travel. I'm hearing so many people that are traveling and getting knocked back. At the airports, etc. But it's a big week, and we know that Frankfurt got beat yesterday. I'll be talking about that at 5 o'clock today with the Hammers headlines. So make sure you do tune in for that as well. But today we are going to get started on the story that's been coming out really recently, and that's all about Tommy Soucek and his long-term future at West Ham is in doubt after talks over a new contract were put on hold due to David Moyes' decision. The 27-year-old is clocked up almost, I think it's like 4,000-ish minutes for the club in about 45 appearances for us in all competitions this season, and has played a key role in holding West Ham's midfield together with Declan Rice. And discussions over a new contract first surfaced in January, and we were apparently prepared to offer Soucek an improved deal to reward his fine performances over the past 2 years. However, we learned at the beginning of April that those talks were then shelved, disappointingly, you could say, as well. The intention of them being shelved was that we would return to the table come the end of the season. But it appears that Soucek's long-term future at West Ham, considering he has 2 years left in his contract when he signed from Slavia Prague back in 2020, may not have been as secure as first thought. Sources close to the whole situation, say that for one reason or another, talks were paused, and we believe it's maybe down to the fact that Moyes has informed the club's hierarchy of his belief that Soucek did not warrant receiving a new contract at the moment, despite his big and healthy involvement in both the Premier League and Europa League. Now, I'm not sure how much I really believe of that story, to be honest, but the stance is understood to have left Soucek feeling undermined, despite him appearing to be a key member of the side. And this is the part that really gets to me. And it's likely to complicate matters should the club resume talks with the player who is incredibly popular in the dressing room with his other Czech international counterpart, Sofal. Sources apparently are saying that they're surprised at the reluctance to reward Soucek with a extended and improved terms, but also understands that, reports are suggesting, as we've heard today, that he's attracting interest from elsewhere. Several Premier League clubs are looking at him and potentially would be considering a move, and clubs all over Europe, though it's still possible that he does go ahead and extend his contract with West Ham, providing any offer put forward to him accurately reflects his performances that he's been doing for West Ham. Soucek's goal output has reduced on his impressive first full season at West Ham, but there's no denying that he remains an integral part of this squad. He's continued to trouble defenders with his aerial threat, though he's played in a more withdrawn midfield role at times and scored. He did go ahead and score the vital opener against Sevilla in the home leg of the Europa League last 16 tie with the 6-time winners. And that is one of 6 goals that he has scored this season. The other 5 coming in the Premier League. And more impressively, Soucek has shown massive amount of durability. He is the Duracell bunny, isn't he? When he appears in over 100 club games in just over 2.5 years for West Ham, as well as turning out 18 international appearances for his beloved Czech Republic. Apparently, though, he's back on the radar because apparently he was linked to Juventus of Serie A, and the Italian media are reporting and saying that they're now paying a really keen interest in the situation. He's got an exceptional relationship and built up a really good partnership with Declan Rice in the heart of David Moyes' midfield. They tandem is widely regarded, and you could actually say it's one of the best in the Premier League. So why would we be looking to sell him? He scored 19 goals in over 100 appearances for West Ham in all competitions since initially signing on loan for January 2020. His threat from set pieces is well known, and he's also won in total 48 caps for the Czech Republic. And now apparently Juventus are really keen to try and look at him and get a deal done. It looks like Locatelli's loan move to Juventus is not going to be made into a permanent one. So that really does leave an open door for a player for the likes of Soucek. And they need, Juventus are looking for players that have pure and utter quality in the midfield area, and Soucek does fit that bill. Juventus, would be willing to pay big money for the right player, a player that does demonstrate great tactical intelligence. He does really, really define that as a footballer, and he's been able to fit in perfectly into any tactical decisions that Moyes has made. But West Ham apparently are reported to have said that if you're interested in someone like Tommy Soucek, you're looking at the best part of £40+ million. And £40 million will clubs pay for? Will Juventus pay that for him? I'm not so sure. He has been strongly tipped with links to clubs like Juventus in the past. So a fresh move comes as no great surprise. However, Moyes and West Ham are certainly probably going to offer him a new contract. I can't see why they would not. With Rice continually linked away, Soucek now potentially being linked away, and now Spurs are sniffing around. Antonio Conte is apparently saying he's a big admirer of what Tommy Soucek does for West Ham, and who wouldn't be? I've heard so many people slate him this season for his underperformances, but I don't think there is an underperformance from Soucek. In actual fact, for the game at the weekend, I think that was one of the only times I called for him to be rested, because I think we need him firing on all cylinders for the Europa League game. If Moyes has another player in mind that he wants to bring in to the club, i.e. the Calvin Phillips of the world, that doesn't mean there's no place for Tommy Soucek, especially if West Ham have got European football. And if West Ham are looking to bring someone else in to try and, advance that position or whatever, they're going to have to be goddamn quality to take Tommy Soucek out of the role. The guy runs. The guy's like second in the league for running. His running stats are ridiculous. So to remove him from that, I have no problem with the club looking at areas of improvement and looking for, if they find a better player in that position, that's good. But you're going to need a squad. You are going to need a squad. We're going to lose Mark Noble. We're going to lose probably Alex Kroll in the summer. There's 2 big key central midfielders. So if you do bring in another central midfielder, on top of that, you've got Connor Coventry kicking about the area, then you've got 4 strong central midfielders in that area if we are bringing someone else in. And Tommy Soucek is vital for West Ham to keep progressing because he has that mentality. He's played a lot of European football previously with his former club and obviously at international level. I don't see this one happening, if I'm being brutally honest with you, but I can see why clubs are sniffing around, and this is not going to be the end until he signs a new contract. And even when he does sign a new contract, this is by far not the end of this story. This is going to keep continuing as we move along. So don't worry about that. But I'm bringing you the story because it's what's kicking about. Juventus, Spurs. West Ham ain't going to sell to Spurs. You're ridiculous. Of course they're not. 150 million for Soucek. That's, you know what I mean? It's as ridiculous as things come across. So I can't see how he is going to be going to the likes of any other Premier League club, like Spurs, in particular to Spurs, let alone going to Juventus. £40 million, is that value for money for what the quality of the player is? Not for me. I think he does go for a bit more, considering the way the transfer market is right now. But let's not take anything away from Tommy Soucek's performance from West Ham. He hasn't been progressing further forward because that's been Declan Rice's role, but he still managed to get 6 goals this season. It's not far off. It's a hop, skip, and a jumping away from the amount of goals he's got last season. And you can't be talking about selling Hammer of the Year last year and just because he's not getting further forwards, but he's doing all the donkey work, getting rid of him. Losing someone like Tommy Soucek would be massive for West Ham. We don't want to be doing that. We need to progress forward, and progressing forward is having strength and depth, not getting rid of some of your best players just to afford to bring in a better player that we don't know on paper will do a job for West Ham. So it'll be interesting to see what pans out with this one. So if you are new around here, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Of course, we're always here giving you as much content as we possibly can. Today's daily is brought to you by myself, Anton. If you are new around here, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel. There is a little bell notification. If you hit that bell notification, that will then notify you when we are going live. Massive week for West Ham this week, and I am absolutely buzzing for the game. There's a little bit of nerves kicking in, but I'm buzzing about the game on Thursday. Make sure you do check out the Hammers headlines. That's going to be out at 5 o'clock tonight, and then even later tonight at 9 o'clock, Pat Holland, you're in for a treat, a Q&A, live Q&A with Pat Holland. Make sure you go and check that out. Another legend of the club coming back onto the West Ham network. I've been Anton. Leave your comments in the section. Let me know what your thoughts are, and stay safe, and come on, you Irons.
It's like a family tree, part of you.